Well, howdy ho. Welcome to MTG Anonymous. As always, we're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena. Let me rename the deck. I also need to show you what it is first. One of my favorite games to play is Azorius Favorable Winds. So, as the deck suggests, we're going to be using Favorable Winds to give our creatures with flying +1/+1. So, as you would guess wisely, all the creatures in the deck have flying, but let's go over them real quick. We got Healer's Hawk, everyone's favorite 1/1 for 1 white. It's got flying and lifelink. Separate Gruul is blue for 1/1 with just flying. A Johnny's Welcome to get us some extra life. For 1 white, it says whenever a creature enters battlefield under our control, you gain a life. It's an enchantment. Opt, pay 1 blue, you scry 1, draw a card. So the reason we got this is that way we can get into some of our bigger drops. Concordia Pegasus, it's 1 and a white for 1/3 flying Pegasus. Night Veil Sprite for 1 and a blue. You get a 1/2 Fairy Rogue with flying, says whenever it attacks, surveil 1. So the point of that is once we have 7 lands, then we can start putting them on the bottom. And then we can start looking for either creatures or Favorable Winds. Next we have Favorable Winds, which we've already gone over, but I'll say it again. For 1 and a blue, you get an enchantment that says creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. Angel of Vitality is a 2/2 for 2 and a white. It's an angel with flying. It says if you would gain life, you gain that much +1 instead, and if you have 25 or more life, it gets +2/+2. So, and when the Healer Hawk deals its damage, you'll get life gain, and then you'll get another one, and so on and so forth. That's really, so Johnny's Welcome will also do it. So if this is in, you'll get 2 life instead of the 1, and then it's pretty easy to get over 25 life with this deck, so I haven't actually drawn the card yet, it's just in here to see if it'll work. Resplendid Angel for 1, a white and a white. You get a 3/3 Angel with flying at the beginning of your end step. If you gain 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white Angel creature token with flying and vigilance. And then for 3 white, 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 until end of turn, it gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink. So this is going to be how we get Angels. The Angels don't have lifelink, but they do have flying and vigilance, so we can use them to attack and block. It's real important for the end game, especially when you have Favorable Winds or the Empyrean Eagle. We're going to just transition straight into that. For 1, a white and a blue, you get a 2/3 Bird Spirit with flying. It says other creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. So basically, Favorable Winds on a creature. Variety Circle for 2 and a blue. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, you may draw a card. And for 4 and a blue, tap creature without flying. So the point of this is when we go against green decks that have all the tapping creatures, we can use that to, once they tap, to draw cards. That's really going to help us against green. Actually, yeah, just green. Winged World for 2 and a blue. It says this. Draw 2 cards, and then it costs 1 less if you control a creature with flying. Since we only have creatures with flying, it's really easy to get that -1, so it'd be 1 and a blue. Now we'll go to our 4 drops. For 3 and a white, we got the Griffin Protector for 2 and it's a 2/3 Griffin, has flying, and whenever another creature in his battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Shalai Voice of Plenty for 3 and a white. It's a 3/4 Angel with flying. It says you, planeswalkers you control, and other creatures you control have hexproof. And then for 4, a green and a green, put a +1/+1 on each creature you control. We don't have any green in this deck, so it's not possible to do that. But it is helpful to mention there are ways. Actually, we won't even worry about that. Next is Elite Guard Mage for 2, a white and a blue. You get a Human War Wizard that's a 2/3. Flying, and when it enters the battlefield, gain 3, draw a card. On Sierra's Wings, for 3 and a white, enchanted creature becomes legendary, gets +1/+1, and has flying, vigilance, and lifelink. So the point of this card is to go on the Resplendent Angel or on Azor, and then we can gain a lot of life, and they have vigilance. It's really important for our bigger creatures, and then for Resplendent Angel, it gets you one off from being able to get the 4/4 Angel. It's a really good card. Most people will kill it on sight as soon as they see it, but whatever. Next we have Herald of Faith for 3 a white and a white. It's a 4/3 Angel with flying. Whenever Herald of Faith attacks, you gain 2 life. So that goes with the Resplendent Angel again. If we have even one of these out and one of the Favorable Winds and Imperial Eagle, we just need 1 more life gain to be able to get a 4/4 Angel. Cavalier of Gales for 2 a blue, and a blue. It's a 5/5 Elemental Knight with flying. When it enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards and put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order, and when it dies, shuffle it into its owner's library, then scry 2. So the point of this card is not only is it a 5/5, but we get to draw 3 cards, we get to brainstorm basically, and then when it dies we get to scry 2 and we get to shuffle it. We might be able to find it again, which would be pretty cool. Confront the Assault for 4 and a white. Cast this only if a creature is attacking you. Create 3 1/1 white spirit tokens with flying. So the point of that is we Ghost Shields down, we have 5 mana up. If we have Favorable Winds and Imperial Eagle, we make those tokens, they become 3/3s instead of 1/1s. It's really, really good. Azor the Lawbringer 2, a white, a blue, and a blue. You get a 6/6 Sphinx, flying. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent can't cast instant or sorcery spells during that player's turn, and then whenever it attacks, you may pay X, a white, a blue, and a blue. If you do, gain X and draw X. So basically what we want to do with this one is once we have the 6 mana for this one, every turn we can draw 6 and gain, we can draw 3 and gain 3 life. So, and then that gets us closer to our Resplendent Angel again. Everything goes back to this Resplendent Angel or Favorable Winds and Imperial Eagle, and then that would make this an 8/8 if both of them were out. It's a Tulpa, Primal Dawn for 6 a blue and a blue. It's a 4/8 with flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. So what's great about this card is the double strike and the vigilance. So if we have 1 Imperial Eagle, 1 Favorable Winds out, it'll be a 6/10, and then it will do 12 damage when it attacks, and it has trample, so if it kills on the first, well, it'll trample over, and then it'll hit again regardless. So it's really amazing. Next is Parhelion 2, for 6 a blue and a blue. We get a vehicle. It's a 5/5 when it becomes a creature. It has flying, first strike, and vigilance. Whenever it attacks, create 2 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance that are attacking. Crew 4. It's really easy to crew 4 in this deck, because even though we have lots of 1 powers, these 2 make it extremely easy to be able to get over 4 power, and then everything else that aren't these are basically 1 or 2 away from being able to use it. So that's all we got, and then we got 8 plains, 7 islands, 4 Azorius Guildgate, 1 Glacial Fortress, and 1 Mending River. I've tested this deck a couple times, and it works pretty well, but I'd rather just show you. It can it can fall off pretty hard. Now, I've been playing WoW Classic, and may I say it has been extremely fun. Now, granted, the queue times are horrible, and it took like 6 hours to get in the game yesterday, and that's why I'm making a video right now, but it was really entertaining. So it's us versus 4-7-4 IO, or it could be 4-7-4-1 HO. I don't know. Hopefully they play. The way it looks is they're going first, so we're just waiting. Just waiting. Okay, this is pretty good. We got 2 Healer Hawks. We just need 1 more land, which we can come by that quick. It's got 24 lands in the deck, so. It's basically got what we want. We need to draw 2 more lands to make this really good. Of course. Okay, so this deck's shortcoming is against red. We can outpace blue, we can outpace green, we can outpace white. Red is, because most of them are 1s, 2s, 3s, it only takes one red spell to be able to kill one of our creatures, and that stinks. While we have a whole bunch of creatures, if we don't get enough mana out, like tends to happen sometimes, then we can be outpaced. It is really good when they trade in our creatures early, because then we'll get the Imperial Eagle out, and then we don't have to worry about them blocking it. And then really all we need is just lands. This deck does what it wants to do on its own, so I'm just hoping there aren't any kill spells, at least not yet. Hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. I might need to add these to this deck, because this deck needs a little bit more draw. I'd say about 2 or 3 more draw spells. So Favorable Winds is safer here, so I'll go ahead and play that, and then go in. If we get another Favorable Winds, we'll play the Imperial Eagle first. It's better to play the Eagle first, technically, and then play Favorable Winds, because this turn the next turn I've been able to swing for 6, so 9, which would have been pretty good. But since I chose not to do that, enters the battlefield. Target creature doesn't untap for as long as you control guys. Okay. That's fine. We'll get the Imperial Eagle out this turn. See, it doesn't really help them doing that unless they have another one. This deck is pretty quick when it wants to be. So next, what we'll do is we'll want to get the Herald of Faith out, or we'd want the Griffin Protector, which more than likely the Griffin Protector will be the one that comes out next. Ajani's Welcome is a needed card. It's really important, especially about now, because if we had Ajani's Welcome, as these creatures were coming in, we'd gain life. Azor the Lawbringer prefers it, so... So in this situation, we would not be blocking. We'd let them swing in. And they scooped it up. Alright. This is a redo of my original Azorius Favorable Winds. I used to have a deck. It was actually in the early spots of the channel. What did we get? Clan Guild Mage. That's pretty good. Like I said, when we first began the channel, we used to play it a lot, and then and then it stopped being good. So, but with the addition of the Imperial Eagle, it makes this deck extremely good, or well, relatively good. Like I said, red blows us out of the water usually, but if they don't get enough kill spells to deal with our stuff fast enough, then it doesn't matter. This is really good. So, we'll keep. As always, we're going to go for our creature first. We can play the Mending River next and then opt, depending on what we draw. If we draw a creature that wants white, then we'll do that instead. Nope, okay. We did draw into the night. We'll do that. Swing. So right now I want to get into the Verity Circle. Since I don't have any 3-drops in my hand, I'm not worried about it. Oh, okay. That's scary. There we go. We'll drop that. And Imperial Eagle. Attack. I want the land, so I'll keep it. So now with that land, we can get Shalai, and then they won't be able to bother our stuff. So. Yep, I don't care. Well, I kind of do. If they add another... No blocks. If they add another one, then we're in trouble. Blue. So what we'll do is we'll swing. Keep it. If they don't get a creature with a reach, they lose. If that gets any bigger, we'll block with Shalai. Yeah, we gotta block with Shalai. So they won't lose this turn. That was scary. So, play the Mending River. Play the Guard Mage. Swing. I'll put that on the bottom. So, unless they give it trample, they lose. But if they do give it trample, then we're in trouble anyway. So, that doesn't have haste. But we win. Good game. There we go. And we're bronze tier. We really don't have time. Because we only get to play 3 or 4 days out of every 2 weeks. So, we'll play one more. Oh, we got plenty of time on this video, but we'll just play the one more and we'll crack that pack that I just got. So, I'll release this one Friday, I think. So this will be Friday when you see this one, and then the next one will be Tuesday. Okay, so we don't have a 1-drop, but we have a 3-drop, and so we'll keep. And it's actually our most important 3-drop, so we might lose this one just because the pacing for this deck doesn't like when there are things like this, but I would prefer, I don't have a turn 2 play, I would prefer to get that out as early as possible, but we're playing against Gruul, which likes to kill things. That's got Vigilance, so we'll play a white, play the Empyrean Eagle. So next turn we can play Shalai, and then they won't be able to target things with that red, so but hopefully they can't kill it right now. I'm not going to block. I wasn't going to block regardless, so yeah. Sweet, because I wasn't going to block anyway. Next we have Shalai. Attack with the 2/3. So next turn we can get the the Gull, and then the Resplendent Angel out. You have to do a lot to get through Shalai. They'd have to have 2 kill spells here, and then I don't think there are any red spells that could just straight up kill a 4/5. So so I don't have any problem with that because I swing every turn anyway. So now that'll swing, and then these 2 will block, and the I did it again. The Gull will die. So next, we're not going to play any creatures. We're going to use the Confront the Consult. No, that's bad. That's really bad. Oh, they don't have any creatures in their graveyard, so that didn't matter anyway. Okay. So what I'll do is if I get a land, then I'll play that. If I don't, then I'll confront the Assault. Their best bet was to fight the heart fight, but since they didn't, it's gonna be a little difficult. Hopefully they don't. Oh, these had hexproof anyway, and he couldn't kill the Shalai, so they just chose not to do it at all. Okay, sweet. Let's go ahead and plus that, and swing with these two big ones. You gotta block one, and then I get a 4/4 Angel once you do. So, yeah, that's how this deck wants to play. I'm entertained. Why choose to block Shalai when you could have blocked the 6? I don't know. Okay, Griffin Protector will be next. Even though we don't have any life gain, they have one creature in their graveyard, so they could kill the Eagle now. You still can't kill that. I'm confused. You don't have enough to kill it. What? So, are they gonna burn spell it, maybe? That's still too little too late. Okay, all creatures have to block this one. Yeah. And they lined that up wrong. Play the Griffin. Play the Healer Hawk. Swing all out. There we go. Good game. Oh man, that was pretty good. And we make it to Silver 5, I think. Should be Silver 5. Silver 4. Alright, sweet. So, like I said, we're going to crack that. Well, let's see what card we get. Wilderness Reclamation. That's pretty good. It goes out of rotation soon, so I'll have to make a deck using that. But, sweet. Claim. Let's go look at this pack, see if we got something good. Hopefully we did. Hopefully we did. Feral Invocation for 2 and a green. Flash enchant creature. Gets +2/+2. Fathom Fleet Cutthroat for 3 and a black. 3/3. Whenever it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls it was dealt damage this turn. Prism Mate for 2. Pay 2. Add 1 of any color. You get for 2/1. White. Tap. You gain 1 life. It's a 1/1. Chandra's Embercat. Cat. It's a 1 red. 1 and a red. 2/2 Elemental Cat. Tap. Add 1 red. Spend this mana only to cast an elemental or Chandra Planeswalker spell. We got us an uncommon wild card. We got Eternal Isolation. Put target creature with power 4 or greater on the bottom of its owner's library. And a rare wild card. Sweet. So right now we're looking at 14 common wild cards, 6 uncommon wild cards, 4 rares, and 7 mythic rares. That is it for this video. I enjoyed having you. If you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, and commenting below, that would be amazing. Enjoy the rest of your day. Later.